Hey everybody, this is Rabbitearsblog, and welcome to my top comic books of the week. Now here are my top 4 comic books of this week. Comic book pick number 1, Saga Volume 2. Written by Brian K. Vaughan, artwork by Fiona Staples, published by Image Comics, era 2010s. In this volume, Alana and Marco get a surprise visit from none other than Marco's parents, and things start going insane for the star-crossed lovers. Meanwhile, the Will, a freelancer who was hired to hunt down Elena and Marco, continues on the trail with a little help from Marco's bitter ex-fiancée, Gwendolyn. Then things start to get worse for the star-crossed lovers as Prince Robot IV finds out about Elena's favorite romance, Arthur, and he goes across the universe to find this mysterious Arthur. After reading the first volume of Saga, I was dying to read more Brian K. Vaughan's highly praised series. Well, I finally got the chance to check out the second volume of this fantastic series, and it was definitely a blast to read. Brian K. Vaughan did a brilliant job at writing this volume, as it focuses more on how Marco's parents try to take in the news about their son marrying someone from Landfall, a planet that is their greatest enemy, and how it would affect their relationship with their son. I also love the fact that we are still getting stories about the Will, the freelancer who was hired to hunt down Elena and Marco, and how he is now working with Marco's bitter ex-fiancée Gwendolyn. Yikes. I also love the mystery unfolding with Prince Robot IV, as he goes out to search for Elena's favorite Arthur, and I was on the edge of my seat trying to see the confrontation he would have with the Arthur. Fiona Staples' artwork was as usual fantastic, as the characters sort of glow off the pages, and the fight scenes were done in a beautiful and intensifying way. I also love the amount of bizarre-looking creatures that pop up in this comic, as they bring so much imagination to the story. Comic book pick number 2, I Kill Giants. Written by Joe Kelly, artwork by J.M. Ken Nimura, published by Image Comics, era 2000s. This story is about a young girl named Barbara Thorson, who harbors a big secret. She slays giants for a living using her trusty hammer, Kaveleski. But everyone in school thinks she is just a freak, and it seems that there is more going on with Barbara than just her slaying giants, especially her issues at home. What is Barbara's biggest fear that she must overcome in her life? I will admit that I had never heard this comic until some of my friends recommended it to me, and I was amazed at the stellar writing of the story. Joe Kelly had done a brilliant job at writing this emotional tale about Barbara not only trying to slay giants, but also dealing with her personal problems at home. I wish I could tell you what Barbara's personal problems are, but that would give away too much of the story, and I want everyone to give this book a shot. It was also brilliant how Joe Kelly really explored Barbara's aggressiveness towards other people and explained why she is so cold towards everyone she knows, as it really made me feel so much emotion for her character. J.M. Ken Nimura's artwork is truly creative, even though there were times where I thought the artwork was a bit scratchy and it was hard for me to see the characters' actions in each panel. The black and white colorings really brought out the solemn tone of this story, as it deals with an intense subject matter that would make anyone feel sad when dealing with the subject matter in real life. Comic book pick number 3, Ultimate Spider-Man Learning Curve Volume 2. Written by Brian Michael Bendis, artwork by Mark Bagley, published by Marvel Comics, era 2000s. In this volume, Peter Parker is still going around town as Spider-Man, saving people's lives. But Peter will soon discover the ups and downs of being Spider-Man, as the media is starting to make him look like the bad guy, and he's having a hard time keeping up with his social life. Meanwhile, the Kingpin, the city's biggest crime lord, is up to no good, and is up to Spider-Man to save the day. Once again, Brian Michael Bendis has proven that he can write Spider-Man as everyone's favorite wisecracking superhero. I love the way that Peter Parker is shown as being so energetic and hilarious, as he keeps bringing out various jokes toward his enemies. And I also love seeing his relationship with Mary Jane, since I really enjoy his relationship with Mary Jane in the mainstream universe. I really love Kingpin in this comic, as he is truly a menacing foe for Spider-Man, and I can't wait to see what he would do to Spider-Man in future volumes. Mark Bagley's artwork is so colorful and detailed that the story has a bright and cheery feel, and that really gets me into the story. Comic book pick number 4, The Sandman World's End Volume 8. Written by Neil Gaiman, artwork by Brian Talbot, Mark Buckingham, Alex Stevens, John Watkiss, Michael Zulli, Dick Giordano, Michael Allred, Steve Leo Lola, Gary Amaro, Tony Harris, Shia Anton Pensa, and Vince Locke. Published by Vertigo Comics, era 1990s. In this volume, a young man named Brant Tucker and his friend Charlene Mooney ended up being stuck in a strange inn called World's End after getting into a car crash and trying to find a place to stay until the snowstorm calms down. It turns out that the people inside of the inn are all mythical characters, and they start telling stories about their lives and dreams they wished would come true. Neil Gaiman has once again written a truly spectacular tale for the Sandman series, as he cleverly weaves all of the character stories into one big mystery that surrounds the inn. Probably my favorite stories in this volume were A Tale of Two Cities, Cerements, and A Cluritan's Tale. The artwork, as usual, was fantastic, especially with the combined efforts of Michael Allett, Gary Amaro, Mark Buckingham, Dick Giordano, Tony Harris, Steve Leolola, Vince Locke, Shia Antonapensa, Alex Stevens, Brian Tappa, John Watkiss, and Michael Zulli. Whew, that's a lot of artists. Well, that's my top comic books for this week, and I would highly recommend these comic books to any comic book reading fan. Also, since these are just the short reviews of these comics, if there are any comics you wish for me to do a full review on, then please feel free to suggest them below and I'll see what I can do about it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Rabbitearsblog, and I'll see you later.